Hi, beautiful people, and yes, I'm Sisian from Manifest__. Sisian. Today, my live is basically about the power of the mind. I'm using information from the book called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon wrote this lovely book in 1938. Okay, the power and outwitting the devil. It's all about Napoleon interviewing the devil. The devil is a metaphor, it's not a real being, right? Um, he's basically having this interview with the devil to find out basically how does the devil operate, why does the devil control people and all those things, what's the purpose of his control and whatever, right? So the book is quite interesting because it also speaks a lot into self-development, okay? And knowing thyself, okay? Because the devil speaks about concepts like drifting, concept like hypnotic rhythm. So yeah. So the drifting part is basically saying that it's about people not living consciously, people not making decisions for their lives, and people living in our say just following the crowd like sheep, okay, not really understanding where they're going, not setting goals and not working towards their goals because they're just living, they're drifting, like they're just drifting across life without really being conscious. So that's what the book's about. So I like the way Napoleon writes the book because it gives you the feeling of he's really in this interview. You can even imagine it in your mind if you listen to the audio, or even read the physical book itself. You start even imagining yourself seeing these two people, okay, because now he personified the devil. Okay, he made it, it's a metaphor, right? But he personified it like it's a real person. It's Napoleon that he is busy interviewing, and he's asking the devil certain questions to get more information, like interrogating the devil to find out, like, yeah, what's your purpose, why are you doing these certain things, what are you getting out of it, and then the devil goes on. Like, first, the devil is not like kind of willing to expose its secrets, but eventually it does expose its secrets, basically, because you remember this the book is to it's for self-awareness. The book is also to trigger people to think outside the box. Sorry, the book is about teaching people to be more aware about their life experiences and to make decisions that can empower them and not take from them, right? So the concept of life drifting, which is quite interesting the way he explains it. There are drifters in life and there are non-drifters. Drifters are people that are not in control of their minds and their thoughts. They listen to every person. They listen, like, even to, as he said, the devil to him. They listen to the devil. In other words, they listen to negative information all the time, and they're not listening to positive stuff. They don't feed themselves with positive talkings and information and, yeah, content in general. Even the friends that they associate with are negative people, because you can only align yourself to who you are. You understand? So if you come from a home or background where, hi, if you come from a home or background where there's a lot of negativity at home, in most cases, it will mold you to be a more negative, pessimistic type of person, right? So the book talks about that, about how we can be influenced by the environment that we find ourselves in, right? So the book is actually, as I said, was published in 2011, but written in 1938. It's called Outwitting the Devil. I'm sure a lot of people have read that book, right? Or come across it maybe sometime in your life, because it's so much based on self-development and self-awareness. It's a great book of understanding who you are. It's not a religious book, and you know what I mean, because of the fact that it's going against all concepts of the devil, all concepts of spirituality. I'm not spirituality, Christian, not religion, sorry. All concepts against religion, because it speaks about the fact that that book was only published in 2011 because of the fact that it challenged the status quo of the world in 1938. So they couldn't publish it. You understand? That kind of thing. So the book is a great book because it opens up your mind to understand how life is, basically, that this is a mind game. This life experience is a mind game. Everything is the mind. How you think, It's going to lead you to where you will really go to. I'll tell you why. Because how you think, you may be thinking that I want to go a certain place or achieve a certain thing in my life, but because of how I think, I'm not going to get there, and you don't know that, right? But now, remember the power of the mind. If you don't know at this time in 2025 that there's something called the power of the mind, how you think is powerful, and how you speak is also powerful, because how you speak of spells, you pouring out spells out there each day, right? You manifesting, you molding, you like a sorcerer molding all these little things with your words. You understand? You actually bringing in positive stuff, or you bringing in negative stuff. The topic, my love, is the power of the mind, but I'm speaking according to the book called Outwitting the Devil, written by Napoleon Hill in 1938. But the book was only published in 2011, right? So the book speaks about the different concepts that can help us to become better people. You understand? Yes, life experiences, really. Yes, you understand. Thank you. Right. So it's all about life experiences, right? Like how we're living our lives. So the book speaks about us being a bit better people, right? So core concepts of the book is an immersion interview with this devil. Now remember the devil. Nobody has seen the devil. Nobody knows it. This devil, but we collectively as human beings have given the devil a face. We've given him a personality because we believe so much and we invest so much energy in this concept called the devil that we've actually made it a thought form, right? It's a thought form. A thought form that has its own life of its own now, because it scares people out of their minds to hear that when I die, I'm gonna go to hell, and the devil's gonna come and all those things, right? Because your Christian Bible tells you, because maybe your religious teachings tell you in Islam, whatever, that if you have to behave in a certain way for you to avoid seeing the devil, right? Now, everything is energy. And when you focus on something long enough, that thing grows and expands. So this devil that you believe in starts taking control of your total life experience. Okay. Now you live in fear. You live in fear of something that was created by man and put into your mind, because you refuse to take control of your own mind, your own senses. You refuse to think outside the box and ask the right questions. You refuse to be a free thinker, right? You want to believe in whatever the church tells you. You want to believe in whatever the imam tells you in the mosque. You're not asking questions. You're not asking yourself, is this true to me? Because remember that your truth and other people's truth can be two different things. We don't have to follow like sheeps. Each person needs to play the game well. So this is where the devil says he has 90%, 98% of people in his control in the book, because he says that he knows human beings' weaknesses. Please explain your accents. Oh, my accents. I'm South African, sorry. I'm South African. I'm from South Africa, the southern part of South of Africa, where Mandela, you know that Mandela character, where Mandela is from, right? The late Mandela. Yeah. I'm South Africa. So my accents is, yeah, it's a mixture of different cultural accents. You get my point? Yeah. In our country, we have what they call is 12 languages, 12 official languages in my country, in South Africa, right? So basically, people have different accents, but I'm from the mixed breed of people. Like, I've got like black blood, African Xhosa, Zulu blood. Then I've got colored blood, which is basically what we call us here. I don't know if this drama about the word colored anyway. It's a mix. I'm just a mixed breed of different cultures, Western cultures, African cultures, European cultures, all mixed together, right? That's where my accent comes in as well. And a bit of Afrikaans here and there. It depends anyway, yeah. Anyway, yeah, back to my topic. You also from SA. Nice to meet you, my love. So today we're talking about the concepts of having control of your mind. And I'm using the book written by Napoleon Hill, right, called Outwitting the Devil. If you have not yet, just go quick and Google, you see what I'm talking about. It's an excellent book. It was written in a time where we would have thought that people were not so advanced. You understand? But yeah. This guy, Napoleon, was much more ahead of his time because this book was not published when he was alive, you understand? It was only published in 2011, right? Because now the world was open to this concept. The world was open to questioning religion and their perceptions. You know what I mean? They were now open to these things. They were not afraid of being crucified or afraid of being burned to the stake on the stake anymore, right? Time of freedom, basically. Yeah. So this guy goes on and he talks about how people things like laziness, procrastination, putting things on hold, procrastination, laziness is drifting. It allows you to drift through life because you are lazy, you procrastinate, you fearful of your own level up because you're afraid of the unknown, right? And there's other things that he uses, key concepts. Drifting is a state of aimlessness. When you aimless, you don't have a certain aim in life. You have no aim, no purpose. You're drifting across life. You get up every morning, you went to school because your parents force you to go to school. You finish your high school, then you sit and you say, what next? Right? And then you just drift across by doing stupid things, like things that don't make any sense, like smoking 24/7, marijuana. Your friend says, try this, you try it. Try this, you try it. You're just drifting along. You're drifting along. You have no sense of anchor, right? It's a shame when by the time you reach the age of 30 and you're still unanchored, you're still drifting. That's a shame because it's a waste of being human, because now you're just drifting along. You don't have no purpose. You're not even enjoying life. Even the drugs, don't enjoy them anymore. You don't enjoy anything. You're just drifting. No purpose. You're not grounded. You're not disciplined. You're lacking discipline. Because for you to have purpose, you must develop a sense of discipline and stop being a drifter. Okay, so people don't want to run. They don't want to run towards their purpose, right? They rather drift because it means that they're not taking accountability, not being accountable to their life experience, right? So that's how drifters behave and how they carry on, right? Now remember that every person at a certain time in their life were drifters, right? But there comes a point where people will start taking control of their life experience and start doing what they should be doing to make their lives better, right? Now you're becoming a non-drifter. Now you're joining the ranks of those people that are self-determining. They determine their own lives. They have self-actualization. You understand? That kind of thing. So those things are very important to understand. So the book is quite interesting because it teaches us on how to be non-drifters, right? It's very entertaining because this author, Napoleon, was an excellent writer. He knew how to activate and actually, your imagination. He knew how to trigger your imagination, because when I was listening to the audio, I kept on imagining these two people sitting together, right? The devil on one side and Napoleon on the one side, and Napoleon's like what they call questioning the devil, interrogating the devil in such a way that the devil was like, he had no choice but to answer. You understand? And tell him what's his purpose, how he gets control of people's minds and everything like that. Very interesting book. Right now, the devil claims to be in control of almost about 98% of people, right? Is that true? Think about it now in your own little mind. Realistically, in your own little mind now, if you think of it, would you agree that 98% of the people in the world are controlled by low forces, evil forces, low frequency? Look at our wars. Look at the crimes. Look at the things against humanity. Look at the crimes against our nature. What does it tell you? That yes, 98% of us are or controlled by low frequency, aka the devil, right? Remember, the devil is a concept. It's how would I say? It's a thought form. As I said earlier on, it's a thought form. It's not a real person somewhere. When are you going to stream again? Oh, I normally stream like weekends. I normally stream on weekends, right? And I talk about different topics about spirituality and self-development. But I will stream again next week on Saturday. right? I was trying to do it during the week, but yeah, my week is too crammed. Too many things I'm busy with my career and everything, you know what I mean? So for social media, it's something that I use for my coaching, but also something that I engage in it when I'm because I enjoy it. I enjoy, inspiring people, educating people, teaching people, because I'm a life coach, right? Yeah. But you'll see me next week again, the weekend. Yeah. Right. So as I said, let me continue with it, right? So drifting, being a drifter, not being aware of what you want in life, you have no purpose. Now, non-drifters are those people that know what they want in life. They're always planning and always working on things. They're always trying different things, because they want to get somewhere in their lives. They're all these little projects that they're doing because they want to get somewhere. They've got 5-year plans, 2-year plans. They keep on having plans. They think of always looking for new things to do, new business ideas, how to level up. They want to learn different things, learning different languages, look different type of activities. Like you want to learn how to write books, or learn how to give good speeches, or learn how to do something at work. Depending on what inspires you as a person, right? So every person has their own thing that really inspires them, right? Whatever it is. Maybe it be art, maybe it's just maybe even spirituality. Maybe you want to learn how to read tarot cards, or tarot cards. You want to do divination. You want to learn how to use a pendulum. You want to learn, yeah, whatever it is. Maybe maybe your stuff is religious. Maybe you want to read every book in the Bible. Maybe you want to do that, whatever it is. Maybe whatever it is, if people are constantly looking for something to develop themselves in, you understand? Yeah, maybe you want to learn how to do certain type of hairstyles, or you want to learn how to do skincare. You want to make your own natural roll-ons and deodorants. You want to make your own natural toothpaste, whatever you want. You always want to try new things. You always want to learn something new. Maybe you want to learn more about old civilizations like the Egyptians and stuff like that. Maybe you want to learn about alchemy, inner alchemy, things like that. You want to learn about esoteric things. You want to learn about the Kabbalah. You want to learn about astrology. You always want to learn. Those are the non-drifters who really understand that life is about the experience, and you have to learn. And with your learning, you can also make money, because your learning will also trigger your gift. Your gift is to serve. Your gift is to give to the world, back to the world. Your gift is something that you're going to use to help the world be a better place, right? So you think of, okay, I have this thing that I want to help people, but I also want to make money. You understand? So you find out, okay, what is my gift? What am I good at? Maybe baking. Yeah, I love baking. I can try different type of baking. Like, for example, all people that are good at what they do now, it was all started with an idea. Always starting with an idea. You understand? I'm baking. I love baking. How can I make money out of baking? You make a plan. Now you go do your research and find out, okay, in my area, I have people that really enjoy this fresh cakes. Some people like cakes for functions and stuff like that. Or some people like pastries. I can do pastries as well. Let me make pastries. And how much money I can make out of it. Those are non-drifters. Those are people who are always making a plan, thinking about life, leveling up, understanding that they have the power and control of their own lives. So the negative influence will not be absorbed by you, because you know where you're going, you know what you want. You have a purpose. You want to make more money, and you want to level up, and you also want to serve society by producing this lovely cakes and pastries and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, life is about that. Even if it's maybe teaching or uplifting. Let me start an NGO, to help my community. Let me uplift my community. Let me give to them. So I can also get, because if I open an NGO, at least I'm going to get 14% into my pocket, right? As long as I'm legitimate and really true and authentic, and also full of integrity, because you have to have integrity to serve people well and still gain something from it, right? Because at the end of the day, not having integrity long term is not going to work for you. End of the day, you see what I'm trying to say? You have to serve with an open heart, but with honesty. as well. So people like that are the non-drifters, people that know that life is about you taking control of your own life and being that sovereign being that you should be. You understand? Being a sovereign being, living your life in you on your with your power, yes, but on your stand the way you want it to be. You understand? Yes. Sometimes I run out of words, but anyway, yeah. So fear is a tool of control, right? Fear is what the so-called character in the book called the devil uses fear to control people. Fear of poverty is one of them, big one. Fear of criticism. People don't want to be criticized. You know what I mean? Because you're always worrying about what other people are saying. You're not worrying about what you believe about yourself. But any small criticism just breaks you down, right? Fear of criticism, fear of ill health. People are afraid of being sick because being sick is attached to death, right? Yeah, and pain. So people are afraid of being sick. So these are the things that are used against human beings by the so-called character called the devil, right? Fear of loss of love, losing that person, that love, that lover, that partner that's with you, your husband or your wife. Fear of not being loved by people as well, because you always want to do things to please people because you're afraid they're not going to like you, not going to love you, whatever, right? Okay. Fear of old age. Yes, this is a big one. Oh, fear of old age is a big thing. Not be a plastic surgery. Each small little thing you go for plastic surgery, you're not happy with yourself, and you will eventually age. It's inevitable. Each year your body will deteriorate, your body will drop down, right? And it'll drop down faster in terms of your practices, your frequencies. If your frequencies are low, obviously your body's gonna age faster, because your frequency is linked to not only what you're doing, but also how you're thinking. You understand how you're thinking about life, even the food you're eating will also add to how fast your body deteriorates and breaks down. That's aging, right? Aging is something that's beautiful. But at the same time, people are afraid of getting wiser. I'm not sure why, because is attached to being more wiser and more secure in yourself, and the confidence levels up when you get older. The confidence levels up when you get older, especially when you've been working on yourself, right? Then the fear of death, the last one, people don't want to die. But we came here for the death. Maybe we've been working ourselves towards death from the time you were born. Your body naturally breaks down, your cells break down. You cook as your cells cook. It's something that's natural and normal. You know what I mean? You are constantly breaking down because we're heading towards death. But the most important part is not the destination of death. The most important part is the life experience. How are you living your life now? While you're in the part of going there, live in the moments. That's why they always teach people in spirituality, live in the now. Don't live in where what's going to happen in the future, because anything can happen. The now is the most important time ever in the human being's experience, is the now, right? So people are afraid of death because they're living too much in the future and not enjoying the moment now. They're not living in awareness of who they are. You understand? Not living awareness. They're not even asking or finding out who they are and what they're supposed to be doing here. Well, how come I just landed in this planet? How come I was born here? What is my purpose? Then you find you have many purposes, right? But you have many gifts to help with those purposes as well. So these are things that we need to consider as well, right? That life is really a beautiful experience. And we're given 120 years, but we end up taking only 75 years average because of our perceptions and our practices that make us cook ourselves, cook faster, because we're smoking, we're drinking, toxic relationships, toxic foods, toxic energies, self-loathe, hate, unforgiveness, all those things, making us grow older and actually manifest sicknesses to lead us to leave this place so sooner than we should be leaving here. You know what I mean? Because we have all these years and life happens, as I say, right? Things happen in life that challenge you to actually make the right decisions in your life, but we always make the wrong ones, and we keep living the same thing all over again, making the same decisions and expecting different outcomes. So we're looping the same situations all over again. Then you wonder, like, the years are gone so fast. I'm now 50 something years old and I haven't achieved all the things that I want to achieve. I'm still as clueless as I was when I was 15 years old. At 50, there's a gap, a huge gap between 15 and 50. You didn't learn anything about life because you never opened the doors. You never open your mind and expand. Go and get the right information, ask questions, read books. Books are there not only for the 12 years of schooling, books are also there for those 12 years, yes, but also afterwards for your entire life experience till you stop reading. You should be learning something new. You should be learning something new. You should be asking the right questions, right, to add to your life. That's what the book's about. The power of purpose. Very powerful. The book speaks about the power of purpose because the devil, the character in the book, speaks about human beings not having a purpose, they drifting because they don't have a purpose. They live without there, and they're living in this something called um rhythm. What he calls it hypnotic rhythm. Hypnotic rhythm, very interesting concept because we're doing the same stupid things, the same uh, unhealthy things continuously, and we create like this hypnotic rhythm, and then we do the same thing every single day. Have you noticed how hard it is to break a habit? It's because of the hypnotic rhythm. It's one of the laws, law of rhythm, right? But the way he says in the book, he calls it hypnotic rhythm. Don't stop inspiring and motivating people. I won't, love. I won't. I enjoy doing it because it also helps me too. It helps me too. When I help other people, I help myself. So I will not stop. I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I think it's my life purpose basically to teach and inspire people. I just love it. There's not much rewards, but the only reward I really get is my own feeling of satisfaction within myself. I feel good about myself, and I feel good because I'm learning, and the feedback I get from people is also inspiring as well. So yes, I will not stop, babes. I will not stop. I enjoy doing it. Yeah, so as I said, so the power of purpose, very important. Having a certain purpose, even if it's a small thing, a purpose doesn't have to be something big. It can be a small thing. My purpose today is just to do this live. My purpose is to reach as much people as I can reach. My purpose is to inspire just for this hour or few minutes now. My purpose is to reach people and let them know that all is well. Let them know that this life is really an awesome experience. Let them know that they have power to transmute everything in their life to make it better. Let them know that they're actually in charge of their life experience, that they're actually manifesting, that they're actually working in collaboration with divine source. They're in partnership. We in partnership with divine God, divine source, Mother God, Father God, whatever you may call it. We in partnership with this divine energy that creates life, and we are creating our own life using that energy as well. And we are not sinners. We are not condemned. We don't have to follow certain regulations. Only one real regulation or real rule is to love ourselves and love the world and love everybody else. Self-love is very important. So it's easier telling people, love yourself, instead of telling people 10 commandments that are seeming like, yeah, so I mustn't do that. I mustn't covet my neighbor's wife. I mustn't steal. I mustn't do. If you love yourself, you will not want to steal or kill any person because you love yourself. You're full of love. You're full of compassion for yourself. And when you love yourself, you automatically will love other people. Unless you are psychotic and narcissist. That's another ball game altogether. You understand? Now that is something more extreme, right? But generally, a lot of people, most people in the world are not narcissists. They're just misguided. People are misguided because they're rushing for the money. They want the money. It's about the money. It's about thinking the money is to give you happiness. It's about you thinking that what you're going to get from this world will give you happiness. It's not about you sitting there and thinking, I have a choice to be happy no matter what. And when you realize that even if I don't have that big job or that big money, I'm still happy. I choose to be happy where I am now, even if it's somewhere in a trailer, somewhere with my family. At least I have a life. I have what I have now. And yes, I can build on to it. I can get more. Maybe it's in a shack somewhere, wherever it is, right? I can get more if I lift myself up and start inspiring myself. Start connecting myself with the right people so I can go where I need to go to get what I want to get. You understand? Connecting myself to the right information and books and maybe content, right? Social media influencers and teachers, and maybe if I listen to their videos more and learn how to be a real human being and an uplifted human being that's contributing to the world. You understand? Not waiting for politicians to solve my problems or whatever, or church to solve my problems. I have a problem now. What is my problem? This is what it is, okay? What is the solution? Because every problem or challenge has a solution. These are the things that uh people that are non-drifters do. They question everything. You get my point? They're not like put down by every challenge, every problem. They're always thinking, okay, how can I solve this thing? Right? So I have many ways. I can do the legal way, right? Or I can do the illegal way. The illegal way by hurting other people, stealing from other people, terrorizing other people, spreading my own negativity over them. Right? Now, most people that are very negative normally choose that part, right? Because it's who they are, right? People that are more positive who choose, okay, how can I do the more positively? How can I level up and help people, you know, to solve my problem? Okay, maybe I need this money. And my problem is money based. I need this money. Maybe if I try to maybe go and mow the lawn for a couple of families in where I live or whatever. Or maybe I can go try and help people to wash their clothes because I enjoy doing it. I don't mind doing it and they pay me for it. Whatever it is. Small things, big things, whatever it is. Maybe I can go and do maybe cutting people's hair or styling their hair for some money. Whatever it is. Maybe I could go and learn or go apply to distribute newspapers so I can get more money. Right. Now remember, it might take you longer to get the money, but it's a positive vibe. You're adding than the one where you're going to stand on the corner, take a knife or a gun and go and arrest people for their money. Because you're not really doing anything positive, you're doing negative stuff. So remember the law of karma. The laws of the universe are very important because they're not operated by the normal legal system, right? They're outside the normal legal system. They're not waiting for somebody to write a bill and sign a bill and pass the bill and make it legal for in the state. No, it's about um, the laws are naturally there, the universal laws. That whatever happens, you cannot run away from karma. You cannot run away from the law of attraction, for example, or the law of vibration. It's there. You can't run away from the law of gender. It's there. So these are the things that I think I spoke about the laws last week at the 18 laws of the universe, right? So when people are doing things in their lives, they need to understand that there's always a negative way, a positive way, and even those ways have positive outcomes and negative outcomes because everything is polarized, right? Everything is polarized. So those are the things you need to consider when it comes to leveling up and the choices you make and stopping a drifter in life. Have a purpose. And whatever your purpose is should add to you, not take away from you. So if your purpose is to be a criminal and do crime, it's taking away from you because you will eventually be caught and you'll go to jail, or you'll be miserable. People will be scared of you. People will make you an outcast because you're a criminal. People don't trust you anymore. So it's taking from you, not adding to you, right? Knowing what you want is important. And pursuing it no matter what is important. They're talking about working towards something relentlessly. You know what I mean? Relentlessly without any um, feeling that I'm doing something wrong here or you're just doing something because you love to do that. No one can stop you from doing it. Even if people say that no, what you're doing is useless, you're not going to make money, no, you're not going to have followers, no, whatever, you're not going to lose that weight, whatever. No, you know what you want to do and you believe it's going to work. So it's about belief and faith. It's about belief and faith, right? Believe and faith in yourself always. Then purpose also helps an individual to resist fear. So when you have a purpose, you don't care. You're not fearful. You're gonna move forward straight on, right? You know you're gonna get there, and maybe you'll confront you'll be confronted, sorry, with some challenges, but you will still move on, right? You always just move on. That's what it's all about. So that book was very inspiring. It just, yeah, as a life coach and a motivational speaker, right, and a spiritual coach as well, that book really, it really brought a lot of aha moments to my mind, right? That basically we're creating our own fears in our heads. We're creating our own fears. Yes, the world is a place with negative things happening and also positive things happening as well. But most of the time, we're creating our own fears and pushing our own successes away because we're always thinking about the negative. We're always thinking about the what if something bad happens. What about thinking, what if something wonderful happens? What if this business that I'm trying becomes a big business and it becomes such a huge business, you know what I mean? Like my children's children can also benefit from it. They can just expand. I mean, like every family, if you look at all American families, especially America, they can have more business families, right? Look at those families. And when you find like the Walmart brand, right? That family, when they started that, you know, or any other family, even Toyota, for example, is a brand, or Mercedes. Somebody started something with an idea and he pushed that idea forward. He was fearless. He was a non-drifter, or she was a non-drifter. Whoever created that brand was a non-drifter. Life is about you being a non-drifter, you being anchored in where you want to go, and not afraid to take that step, and not being afraid of what people are going to tell you, because people not will not always encourage you. People will always put you down as well. People will try and make you feel like you're worth nothing, but you have to have your own self-worth within yourself, right? And it all starts with the children, because in the book, the devil, interviewed by Napoleon, says, I start with the children. A simple habit like smoking, habits. He spoke about habits. Smoking. The devil's goal is to have people, young children and adults, smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. 2 packs of cigarettes a day for the next 75 years of your life, or maybe if you live to 120, whatever. How much damage that can do to your consciousness, how much damage it can do to your body physically. You understand? 2 cigarette packs a day. That's a lot of damage. You understand? And then it's funny that because in the book, Napoleon also is the devil, but what about alcohol? He says, yeah, alcohol too, but more cigarettes. Because remember, it goes into your cells, it goes in, you breathing this thing into your lungs. Your lungs or one part of your immune system, right? And when your lungs are compromised, your immune system shuts down, right? And then your immune system is not working properly, then your digestion is affected. Your mind is affected because your immune system is also connected to your cognitive ability as well. You understand? Because all these things are linked, and your immune system is a key point to actually attack a being, right? Yeah, that's why you said that I use smoking as more of a nice trigger to cross human beings, so to keep them in low frequency. Because when you smoke a lot, right, it restricts your blood cells coming from your heart, pumping the blood to your brain, right? You can't think properly. You always thinking of the next cigarettes, number one, because you're thinking, oh, I'm stressed, I need a cigarette. That's the whole idea. The lie in the marketing of cigarettes was about the stress. It's a stress reliever. In the 20s, it was so marketed that even small children were kind of, as young as 12, 9, were encouraged to smoke, because smoking was made something like a positive thing to do. You understand, that kind of thing. And this book was written in 1938. So it was just at the beginning of all this nonsense that started, right? Like, well, the corporations just started really mass marketing cigarettes, and they tell you clearly, even on their boxes, that this thing is poison, it's going to kill you, it can cause cancer. But I think they started in the 80s or something. Or before then, they never had that type of declaration on the packs, right? Now they do have it, but people still smoke. People still smoke because they of hypnotic rhythm, right? They hypnotize themselves by them smoking all the time, right? And then you tell yourself that this thing is actually good for me. You hypnotize yourself, hypnotic rhythm. You hypnotize yourself. And this happens with all habits, maybe overeating, maybe of too much indulgence in sexual, what you call, activities and stuff like that, like pornography as well. You understand? Any habits, maybe even good things and bad things, right? Good things and bad things, because hypnotic rhythm works for good and for bad. So even in the book, the devil says that the non-drifters, the people that have purpose, use hypnotic rhythm for their own good, right? To level them up, to continuing growing themselves and developing themselves. They use the hypnotic rhythm, the habit, the development of constructive habits in your life. As I said, you get up every morning, you say a prayer, right? Or you go and wash your face, brush your teeth, but it's good to brush your teeth. That's a great habit. Then you go and you pray, you go on, you have a bath, whatever it is. Then you do all those good things that add value into your life. You get ready, you clean your clothes, you iron your clothes, you dress up, and you start your day. And those habits, like, all positive. Now you're hypnotizing yourself in a very positive way for you to have a better life experience. Okay, you do what you need to do to level yourself up on a daily basis. All small things, how, what you're eating, the people that you with, what you're saying to people, how you come across to people. Are you encouraging people? Are you always complaining? Are you always being a pessimist? All those things, it's a rhythm which is actually creating hypnotic rhythm. You creating something by those small little habits every single day. And I imagine 365 days, 75 years, or even say minimum 10 years, 20 years, 35 years, whatever it is. Those habits are now manifested your reality already. And you're wondering why my life is so bad. Why whenever I try something, I don't get it right. Why is it I'm always attracting all the bad relationships? Why can't I get a job? Why can't I stay out of hospital? I'm always in hospital. I'm always sick. Or every winter, I'm even waiting to get flu. I'm suspecting, and I'm just expecting to get a flu. It's because it's a rhythm that you've already created in your mind that yes, every winter I get sick. Because I don't eat healthy. I don't prepare my body, my immune system for to help me through the winter period, like have my vitamin C, eating whole foods, having a great digestion, that I'm not constipated, that my bowels are moving, I'm cleansing myself continuously as I'm eating, I'm releasing too. Very few people are doing that. Right now, they're affecting their frequency in that mundane way, because everything uh, uh, equates to your frequency, it affects your frequency of who you are. You understand? There's no person that's a happy person that's constantly constipated. You're definitely not a happy person. You're probably going to have a lot of problems, that kind of thing. Yeah. Then you're not a happy person. You're always down, you're sluggish and stuff like that. You're lazy, you're not active, because you're constantly suffering from constipation, and it's affecting your immune system, because your digestive system is part of your immune system, right? So that's a frequency. Hypnotic rhythm, very important for people to know that when you do something over and over again, it has a certain rhythm. And when you're trying to change that rhythm, or change that beat, or change that song that should be playing in your mind all your life, becomes a problem. People say, oh, I cannot leave smoking, or I cannot leave eating junk food, processed foods, or I cannot do that, because they've really hypnotized themselves to the point whereby it's part of them, it's in their cells, in their frequency, right? But nothing is impossible. You can't stop. Reassess and find out, assess yourself, where can I do things better, right? Maybe when I'm going shopping, I need to look more healthier foods. Now it takes 3 months, only 3 months to change your habits. 21 days, they say, is less as 21 days, 3 months is better, because 21 days is just like those days, you know what I mean? But anything can happen. But if you can keep a new habit for 3 months, now you started a new hypnotic rhythm that's gonna work for you. You started a new process, a new beat, a new song in your life that's gonna add to you, right? That's what it's all about. It's about you changing those habits to make them better to work for you, right? Yes, it is. It's all about the habits. So, guys, I'm Sissy, life coach, motivational speaker. I'm from South Africa. If you're interested in my topic and in my channel, go ahead and go and subscribe to my channel, right? Go and check my videos and see if they are to your liking. Are you interested in leveling up? Right, another perception, another way of seeing things, you know what I mean? It's nice to consume different content from different backgrounds and areas of the world because of the fact that like we'll come up with different type of concept, because I know that we all focus on one type of content. We consume a lot of American content, right? And that's okay as well, because the American content is also quite inspiring and has inspired a lot of change, a lot of people to open their own YouTube channels and podcasts and stuff like that, to also teach and inspire other people, right? Yeah. So our life is about that, the changing, the learning. Okay. So Outwitting the Devil, very interesting book. It's all about you becoming a better person, understanding that you have control of your life. The devil is not just a person. The devil is not something that's concrete. It is a metaphor. It's a thought form, as I said earlier on, because nobody can point and say this is the person in history of the world that was the persona of the devil or is the devil. Yes, we all do not so nice things. We all do low frequency things at times, right? But the concept of the devil was created to put in fear in those Christian followers, right? In modern Christianity, because I know that in times of the Yeshua, when Yeshua walked the earth, there was no teachings like that, right? He's always talking about using parables, yes, but also talking about people taking ownership and talking about people doing bad things and some people do good things, and some it's better to do good things and to love your neighbor and all those things, right? But the concept of the devil was put in later on. Apparently, it added on to the Bible verses of Bible books years after even the Romans even introduced Christianity, when they merged the pagans with the Jesus followers, right? That kind of thing. Yeah, so these are the things we need to understand, right? That there's nothing to fear, and the fear is what's gonna hold you back. There's nothing to fear. Fear is what's gonna hold you back. That's what the book was trying to say. That's why I spoke about those areas where the devil's using those specific fears to control people, or rather, people are really or allowing low frequencies to control them. In other words, right? Low demonic frequencies to control them, because they're afraid. They're afraid, yes, and they're also too lazy and not interested in their own level up. You understand? They're not interested in leveling up their own life experience. They just want to be victims. They don't want to take accountability. Taking accountability of your life is you deciding, okay, I'm responsible for this life experience. I'm here. In all the relationships that have failed, I'm the only common denominator. I, Sam, Susan, whatever, dated all these people, right? And these relationships were all very toxic relationships, right? What in me is then attracting these toxic relationships? What in me, what's in within me is creating these the situation? You understand? We need to take accountability. Accountability is very important. That's what the book is about. Human beings taking accountability, right? The devil represents all your negative choices, your negative frequency, all the things that are working against you. That's the devil per se, right? It's a metaphor, right? So these are things that the book is about. It's a great book. It teaches you on how things can actually, how you can change your own life by just changing how you see yourself and taking charge of yourself, right? The fear of hell, as I said, in the book, the devil says the hell is not after they did. Human beings are waiting for a place called the pit of hell. We're going to throw them into hell. But the hell is now that you're alive, because you're at the hell is here because you're living in low frequency. You're making low frequency choices. You're doing things, everything to work against your own happiness. You're choosing not to forgive. You're choosing to hold on to malice. You're choosing to criticize people. Now, you thinking you're hurting other people. Excuse me. You thinking you're hurting other people, but you're actually affecting yourself in a negative way. You understand? That's what he's trying to say here. That all that malice that you're holding and all that hate that you're holding, non-forgiveness, you're actually causing a low frequency around yourself. You're lowering yourself terribly by you not forgiving others. Very important. That's what the book is about. I really enjoyed that book, and I'm gonna read it again, because each time when you read something, you learn something different. You get new insights. Okay. So, guys, as I said, mm, self-development is very important. I just lost my voice. So self-development is very important. I've got tarot cards that I read, right? If any people are interested in tarot cards, I will be making lives on that very soon as well. Excuse me. I'll be making lives on that as well. So as people, excuse me, life is always about the choice you make, right? Choices are very important. And I think the book is always speaking about choices as well. What we choose to do in our lives is very important. Just move on this way, right? Okay. Your choice in life is in where you gets you, right. What are you choosing to do each time? If you want a better life, think of choices. Think about the choices that you're making. They can get you to a better state. So if you want to go in and get all of that book, you can buy it online. Physical can be delivered to you. I think at Amazon they have it, right? Or you can get the audio. So the audio is free. You can actually download the audio online, or even the PDF formats of the book as well. Because all these things are available. This book was written in 1938, but only published in 2011. Very interesting book. Right? So I'm about to finish off my life because I've got some energies that are working against here, my throat chakra. So these are the things we need to consider about self-development. About the tarot card readings, I will be doing live readings very soon for people, right? Because I read tarot. So I've got this Rider-Waite tarot card deck that I use, and I'm going to get my next deck that I've ordered very soon, I think next week. Yeah. It's all about symbolism, right? Symbolism is very important because spirit doesn't communicate most of the time with words. It doesn't actually communicate with words. Spirit communicates with the symbolisms, frequencies. You know what I'm trying to say, that kind of thing. So a lot of people want to know like certain things about their life experience. They use a tarot card. But a tarot card is a story. It tells a story about the evolution of human beings, right? From being unaware to become awoken. Okay, so it starts with the fool first. The fool is the most important character there because it's like the representation of people that are not aware, are living out of awareness. You know, they're living in and not aware of self or about what they're here to do, the purpose of life, right? So as you are fool, the fool will get information, inspiration, and level up itself, right? For it to develop, for you to become a better person. Okay, that kind of thing. So you can actually say that people that are actually being represented by the symbolism of the fool, right, in on tarot card. or people that have no awareness, the drifters, the people that don't have any anchoring, and don't have any anchoring in life, and they're living in fear. They're moving and they're following trends. Every new trend that comes in, they follow it. They don't question it. They just follow the trend because of the fact they feel they're drifters. They don't have a purpose. You get my point? They don't have like their own thoughts. They don't think for themselves. Okay, this is a story, right? So we all know there's a collective mind, and we all have our own minds, individual minds, right? Now the collective mind is, for example, the media, social media, mass media, politics as well. You know, that uses these different organizations or constructs that use the collective mind to influence other people. So not every person is easily influenced. Get my point. So now the non-drifters or those that are not easily influenced, and the drifters are those that are easily influenced by the bombardments of all this conflicting information. Information is fearful. Information that drops your frequency, right? Then you become a drifter. Then your frequency gets affected. Now you're a low frequency drifter, and you still haven't really realized who you are, and you're wondering why other people are being successful in life and they are more happier. They seem more relaxed in life, and they're not influenced by all the negative stuff around them because they choose not to focus on all those negative stuffs. They choose to focus on their own level up. You see, that's what it's all about. So if you look at if you look at that book or listen to that book, right, the audio, you will learn that, and even ask yourself, am I a drifter? Have I been drifting through life? Or am I somebody who's a free thinker, strong person, who knows where they want to go and what they want to do in life? Am I just drifting along? What am I creating? Am I happy and content with my life experience now? Those are things that's the reason why there are books of self-help books or any other book. A book is either going to entertain you, or it's going to give you a lot of information to help you have insights, aha moments, where you can realize that, oh yeah, if you read Deepak Chakra's books and all other spiritual books, even Teal Swan's books, even the videos in a books are also quite awesome. If you read any book, you must have a take home. Not only, oh yeah, this is so entertaining, it has to be also informative. Now, this book, Outwitting the Devil, is clearly a self-development book. Self-help, self-development book, clearly is to help us as people, you understand, to wake up to who we truly are. And as a life coach and motivation speaker, I find that not every person, very few people are in that mode of self-development. You understand? People are still living in a hustle and a survival mode. They just want to survive. They're stuck in the survival mode of things. You know what I mean? They feel like victims. They don't feel like they're in charge of their own life experience. They don't feel like they have a choice in life. I hate my job, but I'll go there because I really need this job. I really need this money. I'm desperate. Now you're living in survival. Now you be a drifter. You're just surviving from one paycheck to another. You're not even thinking, do I enjoy this job? How can I level up my job? How can I maybe gain more skills? How can I get a better job? Or how can I start my own business? Or how can I start a way of making money on the side while I'm going to this job? How can I learn to actually appreciate this job and enjoy this job? Because most people cannot afford to just leave a job because they don't like it, because they got bills to pay. They need to take care of their physical self, the low chakra stuff. They need to take care of their where they live, to pay their rent. They need to still they're still thinking about all the material things. They need to have food and clothes and secure. They feel secure, so they get stuck in these sort of situations, these jobs that are not taking them anywhere, right? So these are the things that the book makes you think about. Are you living in survival, or are you thriving? You're either thriving we live in survival. So where are you in your life experience? And how can you move from survival to thriving, right? By clearly owning your shit, taking ownership of your own life experience. Don't blame your family, your upbringing, and all those things. Don't blame your family and your upbringings, right? I've got to read some messages. Sorry. I am a big fan. Thank you so much. She's a country ball, South Mama 9012. Oh, I don't know. Thank you. I'm excited. Nice to know that I have people that are or like my contents. I enjoy that, guys. Thank you so much. Right. Anyway, yeah. So that's what it's all about, right? You leveling up your life experience is very important. I'm here for an hour now. Yeah, I'm just checking my life, how long I got left, okay? So I'm about to close now, right? So this is what my life for today was about, us understanding that we have the power of the mind. The power of the mind. The mind is a powerful tool to create your own reality. The mind opens up opportunities for you when you are using it. Don't be a drifter. Don't be pushed by circumstances and situations, okay? They say that the economy is down now, and yes, you actually live it in your head. The economy is down now. No, that's a collective issue, right? It is a collective issue, but also a individual issue as well. So you have to decide that yeah, the economy, whatever. But me, I operate outside the economy. I'm always flourishing. I always have plenty. I operate outside the economy. I have my own personal economy. You understand? Because you know that money is about an energy. Money is not really about the physical thing itself in your bank account. It's about your abundance. It's about the energy. It's about the frequency. And when you resonate or vibrate in a high frequency, you'll never have a low economy because you constantly vibrating in high frequency. You know the perpetual abundance, and abundance comes to you all the time. You're always attracting abundance. Okay, again, mind, powerful tool. Right? So the devil uses that very same powerful tool against people because people refuse to level up and take ownership of their own experience, looking for someone to blame for every situation, right? Every situation that's bad, you put yourself in a situation and then you say, yeah, there is no God, or the devil got me, or the devil is wanting to attack me or stuff. You're always looking for stupid excuses, right? That's the whole idea. So that book actually it's quite interesting because it makes you think out of the box, right? The core concept of the concepts of the book is that interviewed the devil, right? That devil is a metaphor for low frequency thinking, low frequency living, not taking ownership. And that devil in the story, the metaphor, the character, talks about how he manipulates human beings, how it manipulates human beings, right? Because the devil's not a person; it's an it. It's a concept. It's a thought form, right? So the devil then uses people's laziness, their ability to procrastinate all the time, and their drifting ability uses that to hold them down, and promises them a hell when you die, but you're really living a hell because you haven't lived it up. You in low frequency, you always kindling, you always fighting, you always talking about people, you always pessimistic, you always putting other people down, pushing yourself down because you were stuck in that seat in that low frequency. And now it's either two parts, right? There's two parts in life. High frequency, low frequency thinking and living. High frequency thinking and low frequency thinking. So you choose which way to go. That's what the book's about, to tell you, human beings, wake up. This is it. I had this interview with this character called the devil. It's a metaphor, it's not a real person, it's a it, right? And this is what this it says, okay? So what he's done is taken normal basic teachings about self-development and he molded the story called Outwitting the Devil, where he's interviewing the devil and he's interrogating the devil actually because he's harsh. He's demanding the devil to answer the questions on what's its vibe, what's it really doing, what's its purpose. You understand? At the end of the book, it says that the purpose was to actually trigger people to wake up to their realities. So after being a drifter most of your life, then you wake up and have an aha moment whereby you have an awakening and you understand where I am now in reality. I had 40 years in the desert, lost as a drifter. Now I'm back to myself. I know where I'm going. You see, now I know where I'm going. I know who I am and I know where I'm going. I just need to find out how I'm going to get there. I need to have a plan and a purpose. I got the purpose, now I have the plan. You understand? I got the goal, now I've got the plan. I'm going to set this goal to get where I want to go. That's what it's all about, guys. The power of purpose is very key in the book. Okay? Very key, important. That's why the book is very enjoyable and it is something that will be relevant even 100 years from now because human beings will always be human beings. We'll always need to be reminded who we are. We always need to understand our own power, right? Self-discipline, very important. Doing the things that you should be doing when you should be doing. Have your plan. Get things done, right? That's what he's talking about because you go ahead and you ask the devil, so how can human beings do better? So he says self-discipline is key. When you have your goal, you have your purpose, you got everything in order, now self-discipline. How am I going to go about doing this thing? Personal discipline is focus on mastering the things, master your life, master. If it means that you have a goal, it means get up every morning and meditate and pray, right? Master the meditation and the prayer. Master that rhythm, that hypnotic rhythm, master it. Make it a habit that's going to really be hard to stop. You're going to even begin enjoying it. When you master something, you enjoy it, right? You master it. Okay? He tells Napoleon that, right, that human beings need to master their minds and their thoughts. What are you thinking about constantly? What is your core thoughts? Are they high vibrational thoughts or low vibrational thoughts? Are you killing with your thoughts or are you creating? You understand that kind of thing. Then he said educational reform. Educational reform. Educational reform is basically saying that we need to change the way we see education. Currently, education is about what? About memorizing what was done in the past by somebody else, right? Memorizing things. That's how we teach our children. That's how we learn. If we can move from that type of perception and go more on being more critical thinkers, look at things more critically and create new things, right? And maybe assess that old thing that was created and assess it critically and create better things, basically, right? Being more critical, asking those questions. Education is important. Education should be about critical thinking, not memorizing. Education is not about what happened in the past, is about what we can do better now. What happened in the past years that was crazy. So how can we add to that thing that happened in the past? What was created in the past? Okay, education is about that leads to actualization, actualization, self-realization, to realize who you are, self-development. Education is about self-development, right? It's about self-development. Then I spent a long time speaking about hypnotic rhythm, which is quite interesting. It's an awesome concept because you can never understand it. We actually hypnotizing ourselves when we do something over and over again. Repetition is very important for learning, right, as well, because with repetition, you're creating that rhythm, you're creating that schemata. In psychology, it's called schemata in your brain, in that space in your brain, whereby that memory of how to do a certain thing, okay, simple thing like baking a cake or making coffee, is a schemata in your brain that allows you to do everything exactly. Get hot water boiled, get your milk or your creamer, get your sugar, whatever it is, your honey, whatever you're using, get the cup, like that kind of thing. Yeah, it's something that's there. It's recorded, right? That's what we call hypnotic rhythm because it's something that's really stuck in our memory. Even driving a car, when you first learn to drive a car. It's very new to you. You don't have no schemata, no set way of doing of driving because you've never done it before. But the more you practice and develop that rhythm, that framework of keep on doing things, that jump in a car, put on your belt on, check that everything's okay, check your mirrors, what, start reverse, no one behind reverse, all those things. Then becomes a natural thing. You do it naturally. It becomes you know what I mean? You hypnotize yourself because you're doing it over and over again. It becomes a rhythm, hypnotic rhythm, right? Then the influence of the environment you're living in. Your environment is very important. Where you put yourself is very important. The people that you associate with, very important. The content that you're even feeding yourself on a daily basis, very important. If you don't want to live in fear and worry, stop worrying or watching those videos about war, of what's happening in all these countries far from you. In the name of you having a sympathy, in the name of you caring for people, you keep on feeding yourself with that nonsense. You know what I mean? Yes, even if you watch it till day 24/7, you're not going to change what's happening in those countries because that's an experience that is set for them at this time, right? You watching what's happening in all these countries that is war torn and all those things, and then you come to one conclusion that this world is a horrible place. Then your world becomes a horrible place because you said this world is a horrible place. So your world is within this world as well. So then you start experiencing very low frequency experiences in your own life because now you're thinking even at night you cannot sleep, you're dreaming about wars far away, and they show, and they got a great way of marketing it and showing and putting people's attention. They pull your attention by showing children, dying children, old people and animals, and then yeah, everybody's sympathy goes up. The only way we can help people suffering is for us not to suffer. I'll tell you why. Because with energy and frequency, if we're not suffering, we're living in love and peace, right? We're able to then extend that love and peace to them. You understand? We don't have to suffer with them. By you now having sleepless nights and worrying about wars and taking sides and all those things, immersing yourself in something that's not constructive. It doesn't matter who's wrong and who's right in the war. It doesn't matter who's the victim, who's not the victim, right? You breaking it down all the time and thinking about it and complaining about it's not going to solve the problem. You know what I mean? Like some of these wars are so old. Like for example, the one with is it Israel and Palestinians. Nothing is so old. It's even in the Bible, right? So you born in this place, yeah. You born in this country where there's no war, right? Live your space, live your life, build that life that you need to build. Live in peace because you are in peace. There's no war. And pray for those, and don't immerse yourself 24/7 looking for wars to go and criticize and critique and say who's bad and who's good and whatever. Yeah, we cannot solve problems by us immersing ourselves into those problems. We have to solve problems by immersing ourselves to the solution. What is the solution? If more love is in this world, if we can all individually love ourselves and learn to love, appreciate, and respect other people's space, right? And vibrate more in high frequency, right? And be not drifters, but be real present people in our life experience, maybe in the world be a better place. If we all could do it, I mean, if the devil in the book said 98% of the people in the world are in his control or its control, because most people are choosing low frequency choices on reacting or responding to life experiences, right? Yeah. So these are things that are very important, right? Your environments, within your own personal environments, what you're thinking within yourself. Do you have an open heart? Are you working on your spiritual health on the physical level and also spiritual level? Are you eating good food, healthy food? Are you caring about the animals? Are you supporting those that need to be supported? You understand? Those are the things that are very important. Then spiritual insights. He was a man that's way ahead of his time, right? 1938, he spoke about concepts that are still relevant now. They were relevant there, but the concept was that it was too religious. The climate or environment was not conducive to his teachings. But now they are, because now we have an open system. We can now question anything without being afraid of being crucified or burnt in a stake. You understand? Yeah. So take homes for this whole book is find your purpose, stop being a drifter, be definite in your purpose and goal, and be a doer, not only a sayer. Having goals also attached to action. So your goal should trigger inspiration for you to act, inspired action. Very important, right? Number 4, thinking. Thinking. Drifters react emotionally without thinking. So you don't be a drifter. Try and think before you react emotionally, right? Think before react emotionally, because drifters will just get very emotional. Where's my gun? Where's my gun? That kind of thing. Instead of you thinking, what's going on? Okay, can we talk about this like in a normal, sane way, right? Something happens, and the first thing you want to do is, where's my gun? What can I do? I need to lash out. No, hold on. Pay attention to the situation. Ask the right questions. Sit back and watch and observe. Don't just be somebody is responding with violence. You just start swearing people and insulting people. Now you're a drifter, because you're not living in purpose, because you don't know who you are. So you're just like toxic. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then drifters are controlled by fear, as I said. The non-drifters are controlled by their passion for what they're doing and where they're going. Non-drifters are controlled by the love of life, of their own life experience, the love of learning, the love of going through life day to day and learning new things. That's non-drifters are also always looking at what inspires me, what makes me feel good. You understand? Yes. Drift is about what the other people are doing, what so and so is doing, what will my neighbors be saying if I do this or do that. Who cares? But drifters think like that everybody's just watching them. That, oh yeah, if I do this, then what people are gonna think of me, right? People don't care. Everybody's just human being. No one's perfect, right? And I mentioned environments. Your environment's very important. The last one, right? So not to drift, choose the people that you bring close to you. Choose the places you go to, right? Choose what you put inside your body, within your consciousness, your environment. Choose all, excuse me, choose all those things. Choose the foods that you're eating. Choose how you're going to live life on a day-to-day basis. Are you going to have a routine in life that's healthy? Or are you going to follow people on social media in life that add to you, not take to you? Are you going to follow people that are going in the same direction you going, or people that have achieved things that you want to achieve? You see, that's now purpose, okay? Yes, I'm about to now in my life, right? Finally, I get to live in my life. So how do you apply it? As I said, you got to define a clear purpose in life. Number 2, identify and eliminate fears and limiting belief systems, right? That's number 2. Number 3, avoid passive consumption, right? Of media, passive consumption of media and habits that don't encourage self-awareness, but encourage drifting, right? So if your content is only about nothing really concrete, nothing really that adds to you, you're watching dancing challenges, or you're watching comedy 24 by 7, you're not challenging your mind, you're becoming a drifter. You understand? You're watching other people's life experience, lifestyle content, right? What are you learning from the content that you're consuming, right? Some content doesn't teach you much, because they're not being honest. You get my point? So it's not about what I'm here, what I have, the car I drive. Who cares about the car you drive and the house you live in, right? The question is, how are you contributing to society? How are you adding, using your own skills and your own resources to help others? That's what counts. You see my point? So drifters are looking for that easy way out. It's all about the money. It's about what I look like. It's about what I have and stuff like that. Nobody cares about what you have. We past that stage where people want to worry, want to know what car you're driving or what house you live in. Now we want to know what can we learn from you. How did you get there? How did you get that car? How did you get that house? How did you level up? That's what people want to know. right? People want to be educated, not only entertained and fooled, because not everything on social media is true. Not every single person, social media influencer, is living the way they portray it on social media, right? So drifters are always following people like that because they too don't know where they go. They don't even know who they are. You understand? They don't know who they are. So they rather sit all day consuming on what other people have and what other people achieve, not focusing on how I can achieve these things, because these content creators are not telling you how to level up. I have this house, do ABC. She's not sitting there and teaching people. They're only just showing off what they have, right? Because they're looking for the numbers, and there's a lot of drifters in the world who follow people like that. They don't have any concrete content that's actually adding value to people's lives. So I can sit here for 2 hours trying to teach you on how to make your life better, because at the end of the day, when you have the gift, you want to share that gift, right? When you have the ability to teach other people how to live better, yes, it's not about me showing how many cars I have, because that's not nobody's business besides my own, right? All these material things are just material things, right? They only give me what? Pleasure. They don't give me happiness. They don't give me true, concrete stability in my life. You understand? True concrete stability is getting control of your own life, getting control of your own mind, becoming a master of your mind. When you're a master of your mind, you can now work towards now achieving all those material things, right? If that's what you push to do in life, right? So material things are there to serve us, not us serve them, right? So material things are there to make your life better. Simple as that, right? So as I said, you identify your purpose, you practice self-discipline, identify and eliminate all drifting and fears and all the other stuff, right? Then you avoid passive consumption. I mentioned that one. And then the last one, surrender yourself with purpose, right? Or surround yourself. Sorry, I said surrender, surround. Surround yourself with driven people with purpose. Surround yourself with people that are there where you want to go, or people that have a lot of wisdom that can teach you a lot. So you understand that kind of thing. Because not every person that knows how to get there works towards getting material things, right? Because material things, yeah, it's nice to have them, but end of the day, am I truly happy with myself? Because today I can want a black car, there's a Mercedes. Next month I can want to have that as well, right? I'm looking, why am I collecting all these material things? Because I'm trying to find satisfaction. Trying to find happiness. You see? So that happiness can be found outside the material things. Happiness is within you. You choose to be happy by you being grateful for your life now, basically, right? That's what it's all about. Yeah, so let me finish in my life, guys. I'm finished now, guys. I hope this topic was interesting, and I hope that it triggers some insights in certain people's minds, right, about life. And you can get that book, as said, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill online. You can get the PDF, or you can get the video itself, right? Or you can go buy the book in Amazon as well if you're interested, right? So all these things are very important. Learning more about yourself, learning who you are, not being a drifter. Don't be used by the low frequency energies that you are actually immersing yourself into by being too negative about your life experience. Okay. Yeah. So have a great week further, guys. And remember, I'm Sisyan, life coach, motivation speaker. If you are interested, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, right? You can follow me by subscribing to my channel. And then also, please feel free to comment on my videos when you check my videos, right? You can also comment, because even the old videos, I also go back and look and see if there's any questions, right? Or any comments, right? And then also, if you are interested in life coaching, want to know more about my coaching practice, you can go to my website, consultingsystem.com, right? I normally have it on my TikTok. Also, I have TikTok. I have a link there going to my website, right? So it's consultingsystem.com. You'll find it on my bio as well, on I think on YouTube and on TikTok, as I said. Yeah. So have a great week further, guys, and I hope that this topic was interesting, eh? to level up. I hope it was interesting and it actually brought some sort of insight. So go ahead and find that book and listen to it. If you're not a reader, listen to the audio. You'll be quite entertained, but also you'll be educated and inspired as well. Okay, sorry guys. Bye. Enjoy the week further.